Yo, what's up everybody and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is UPTOBER and I hope you're having an amazing new week. Currently it is Monday and let's get right to the charts as Bitcoin is pumping back above the 200 EMA. You can see right here we are also pumping above the new weekly pivot. Basically 109k was a very important level that we needed to break out of, and right now Bitcoin is pushing towards the downside. So it is still possible that we are in this a very strong downtrend. Right here you can see we are making still a potential lower high. You can see like this one basically. So it is still very possible that price does basically something like this. This is the most possible scenario right now as we are still in this downtrend. Basically, you know, we are potentially having a slight liquidation grab to the upside. As you know, price can't infinitely go down to the downside. Of course, we are going to be having some pump, but right now you can see Bitcoin is potentially still in this not potentially, but we are still in this downtrend. Basically what we want to see for a breakout, if we draw our Fibonacci, you can see our golden pocket is sitting at 160k. So potentially price might revisit this area, as you can see, since we failed to do so back here last Monday on the 13th of October. So potentially right now from this low we might revisit this area, which would be a 12% move towards the upside. But as long as we do not break above this level, I'm still considering this a downwards bearish structure. Basically I want to see something like this happening in order for us to say, okay, we are flipping bullish 100% right now. But as of right now I'm being cautious. As you know, you can see we are also reclaiming the value area low. Potentially we might get accepted back into this range if we get a daily candle close in this area. Also something very important, stock market is pushing up very nicely today. You can see Nasdaq is almost back at all-time highs. The S&P is also almost back at all-time highs, but we might see a rejection, potentially a swing failure pattern from this high right here, and then we might see this continuation to the downside happening. When was the last time? I think last time we had a swing failure pattern was basically back in this year in January, and from January to February exactly. So right here we failed to basically to break above the all-time high, and then the massive dump to the downside started happening. We are also potentially going to be watching out for a similar scenario, and of course you want to be watching out for news from the US president. We want to be watching for tariff news from Trump. As you know, the government is still shut down, so we won't be getting potentially CPI data on Friday. We will see how this plays out, but I'm 99% sure we won't be getting any data. Ethereum also back above the 4-yearly resistance, which is right now acting as support. So basically right now we are keeping the 4-yearly support on Ethereum. The weekly time frame still looks kind of bearish. The same thing with the Bitcoin weekly. Basically as long as we don't get a candle closure above the value area low, so as long as we do not get accepted back into this range, we also might see another scenario. We do get accepted back into this range, we go once again to retest 117k, basically the POC, and then we put in a lower high right here on basically on a bigger time frame. This is also a very possible scenario, so we want to also watch out for this. Altcoins, the Bitcoin dominance is right now trying to push back again. You can see right here we are above the weekly pivot, above the moving averages. Most of the altcoins, SUI is doing alright. I mean, we are still basically consolidating around the weekly pivot. Hype is also having a nice move towards the upside, around 18%, which is very, very nice. So basically mostly green on the altcoins after this Bitcoin move. XRP also trading above the weekly pivot, which is also very nice. Now if we go back to Bitcoin, you can see during this move up, open interest went absolutely insane, and CVD also went up. So we actually had aggressive buyers stepping up right here. Basically new money coming into the market, new longs were opened right here that were fueling this move to the upside, and we might potentially get a continuation happening since we do have liquidity sitting on top. You can see we do have that liquidity potential, very big liquidity at 113, basically 114k might be a very, very possible target, and we might reverse right around those levels potentially right here. We also might go up, as I said, to the golden pocket at 170 since there is also liquidity sitting up there. So this is also a possible scenario. Fear and greed index right now pushing above. We are back at 30. You can see we are not that close to the extreme fear yet. Long versus shorts ratio, we do have more longs in the market as of today, but you can see on Hyperliquid we do have more sellers, so we also want to take that in mind and be cautious. Funding rates, they did flip positive once again, but we will see for how long. Basically, if they do stay positive, this will be potentially a good thing. And the news, we did cover that potentially. I'm like 99% sure that we won't be getting any data on Friday, but we'll see what happens. And I think this will cover it for today, guys. I hope you liked the video, subscribe for my channel, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.